Hey guys, welcome back to the Scott Mace YouTube channel. Make sure to like and subscribe and hit those post notifications.
Alright, just let's get to the point.
Alright, so,
Like, follow, and subscribe.
alright, Sarah, sorry you're sick again. Macy, that's fine, you're visiting family, no problem. Okay, ladies, a few things have been on my mind, and getting towards the end of the season, I just want to address a few things. By no means is this, I'm not making fun of anybody, and I'm not purposely being mean or anything. I'm just calling it out. I don't sugarcoat things other than language. So,
Oopsies.
so please don't walk away from this meeting with the wrong impression. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
So, all right. One thing, there's lots of things, and I actually wrote notes.
Yay! One piece of paper in the notebook.
If I can decipher them now, that will be the next cue. All right, so did anybody watch Coach Moore's post on Team Reach
Yes, I started watching. Which one?
last
Reading
night?
it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Or no, not reading it. There was a new one I posted.
I watched reading like he had heard of
The-
it.
the
So not
bench.
that Team Reach. Or the bench one.
Yeah,
No, the
I
bench.
read. I didn't read the. I
No,
didn't watch
it's
the new
not
one.
a-
I read
It's an
it.
article. It's about the bench.
Yeah, I read it.
Yeah, it's about being on the bench. That is very, very good, and it was perfect time. It just popped up on her feed somewhere, and I kind of wanted to do this Wednesday, but I couldn't make it. Not everybody could make it anyway, so for that to pop up last night and stuff, it just, please read it. It's very good. Because the bench is just as important as the girls on the court. All right, I mean, and with injuries and everything else, somebody could have an off night. I mean, it explains everything in that article very well. You can, the bench is very important. So keep that in mind, because the reason I'm bringing that up is we have 6 games left of this season, and we have a tournament Saturday, next Saturday, and then that's it. The season's over. So I want to end the season strongly. Not necessarily, I'm not going for wins. Again, I've said it many times, whether we win or lose, the scoreboard does not say the whole game, all right, how we do. Obviously, if we could get the scoreboard to say we won would be great, but as long as we are playing to our capability, to our full capability every night, I'm happy, and we just keep on improving, okay? Whether we lose that game or not. But the last few games, last Saturday we did win, but before that, we're not playing to our potential. And while I'm talking about our potential, last night, we're playing against varsity. You guys were digging, passing, setting, and hitting, and doing very well. Why can't we do that during the game? I mean, we had some misses, we had some shanks, yes, but you guys were playing great. Everybody had their moments, but we have to get this in our head. How can we play it here in practice and be so well, and then when we get on the court against a team, we forget what a volleyball is sometimes. Not all the time, but quite often. All right, so last night I was watching it some, and it's just, if we could do this during the games, our record would be much higher, much better. So it's all mental during the games. Yeah. All right, so we are a team, all right? We're a family, we're a team. And some of the stuff, if you guys don't like, whatever, that's fine, but we are in here. I'm gonna call some people out on some things, not to pick on anybody, just because, we all know how we play. We all know things. Yeah, you better be worried, Madison, I saw that. No. But we have to play as a team. We cannot do this individually. All right. Saturday, just as an example, Brooke was playing, and sometimes I miss some things. When we played Maplewood, I missed some of Valerie's good passes in the back row.
Amazing.
We watched the video, and I said, oh, Valerie was on fire last night. And I did not see it during the game, because I'm focused on something else, okay? So we miss things. But anyways, I was gonna pull Brooke out on whatever set, I think it was the second set, whatever set it was. I was gonna put Sarah in, and Sarah told me, Coach, Brooke is really on fire right now. You sure you want me in? I don't mind to sit down. That is team.
Yeah.
That is teamwork.
Yes, I will.
Because, and then I was like, oh, yeah, good job, Sarah. I started focusing on Brooke alone. I'm like, oh, she is moving her feet. She is fast and she's getting the ball over. Okay. So I did not sub Sarah out that set. All right. I'm not saying you all have to do that. I'm just saying that's a prime example of teamwork.
Yeah.
When somebody is doing exceptionally well, they should stay in. And the bench, but as soon as Brooke, if she starts getting tired or whatever, she starts sloping down some, then be ready to go in. I mean, that's what the bench is for. That is what teamwork is. All right. And for Sarah to say that and to draw my attention to it, because the awesome coach that I was, did not pick up on that beforehand. Sorry, Brooke.
What? No, it's fine.
But that's okay. So teamwork. So we have to, if you go at it and you're just doing it yourself, for yourself, that's only short-term gain, if even that. Even in life, all right? What?
Nothing. Nothing about you.
Yeah.
We're gonna see that on the video.
No.
All right. If you're just in it for yourself and just want to make yourself better, you're not going to get very far. All right. So just keep the team spirit in mind and just work as a team. All right. So team supporting each other. Now, there is sometimes there's some attitudes on the court during the game, and I think that is affecting our game time. Whether you're in a bad mood or somebody is cheering, if I hear, because obviously we know I'm half deaf and I can't hear you on the court, but if I hear that somebody's making a comment about somebody, don't cheer for me, or is giving the attitude on the floor during the game there, you will get pulled out right away, and you're going to sit the rest of the night. Unless we can talk or whatever, but you're gonna get pulled, all right? I do not want any bad attitudes during the game on the floor. If you need a time, if you feel yourself is getting, where you can't be playable and pleasant, get my attention and pull yourself out of the game and reset on the bench.
Yeah.
That's being responsible, all right? I know that happened at Maplewood for somebody, was getting very attitude-y, and you can just see it on their face, on your bodies, and it draws everybody else down. All right. So if I happen to see it, you're coming out. If I don't see it, and if I'm another player, and I'm not saying tattletale, but at the same time, if somebody's behaving a certain way on the floor and I'm not seeing it and pulling them out, somebody needs to step up and say, hey, Mimi's being a jerk to me tonight. Whatever. All right. And get my attention, and we will pull them out, okay? Because we have a bench. We have a bench that's ready to come in and play, all right? We all get our moments, and if you pull yourself out, that's showing maturity. Pull yourself out, go to the bench, reset yourself. You let me know when you're ready to come back in and be a teammate again, okay? And then we'll get you in at some point. So that's happened a couple times, and it's not the same girl, it's numerous girls. We need to stop that, all right? We are a team, and we need to support each other. Now, I'm gonna pull her out. Sometimes she can be a little loud and annoying on the floor, all right? I get that.
Oh my gosh.
But at the same time, she's not doing it to be mean. She gets overexcited and she gets gung-ho and wants to get going. So you can tell her nicely, hey, maybe tone it down a little bit, or that type of deal. Don't let that affect you. But if all she's doing is holler and say, hey, you gotta move your feet or something, well, maybe that's all you have to do is move your feet. So we have to learn to work with each other. We're a family. Sometimes families get along great, and sometimes families argue and not get along great. But at the end of the day, we're a team, and we need to figure out how to get along with everybody. All right?
We are together, we're together so much right now that we all kind of get annoyed with each other. Like you said, we are a family. We can clash heads. We can get annoyed with each other. But again, talking behind people's back, or even I've heard playing well, and then I got pulled out. I can't remember. I think it was because I was getting overheated or something, and you noticed that. He noticed that I was
No, Maplewood.
off. Yeah.
You were dancing around like a dead chicken.
And you.
Yeah. So he noticed that I was having a hard time, but I was like, oh wait, I'm fine. And then I come off the court, and I'm like, no, I was not fine. And so realizing that he's not taking you out to hurt you, he's taking you out to be to your benefit. And yeah, if you're having an off night, that's okay to be taken out. It's okay to be like, hey, he realizes that, and I can benefit from that. You know what I mean?
Right, and when you get off, if you get pulled out, yeah, I mean, there's 11 girls on our team. There's only 6 girls that can play at a time. Somebody has to sit out. So, I've been trying very hard this season to get everybody as much playing time as we can and stuff, and it just, some nights are better than others, but we're to the point now where we need the stronger players that night to be on the court. I want us to end
Well,
strong, all right? So whoever starts Tuesday night is not guaranteed they are the starters Thursday night, all right? If somebody steps up from the bench and they come out and they're on fire, okay? So just don't get in your heads, because I know Valerie, you're playing outside the rest of the season because you're really filling in that spot good. I was watching it last night and the game there. So by doing that, that's another person that's sitting on the bench, okay? Don't take it as an insult, and don't take it as, that son of a gun took my spot. Use it as competition, friendly competition.
Friendly competition,
Step up your
guys.
game. All right, step up your game. That's how, if you don't push each other, you're not ever gonna get anywhere in life, all right? So, think of it that way. Don't think of it as, that son of a gun, she took that darn coach, he took me out and put Valerie in, and she's not even playing that position right now. Yes, you can be mad at me, that's fine. I'm not here to be best friends or anything. I'm just trying to do the best I can with what we have and get everybody to get playing better. So, it's mindset again, all right? Coach Moore, you can jump in anytime if you.
Oh, I always feel like I talk too much, so I'm just letting you roll.
Again, the attitude is just very big for me. Valerie, I just gave you a compliment, but Saturday, Valerie did not play very much. Because when I put her in her defense, she was playing outside, right side, and center spot. So, for me to just look at her on the bench and say, hey, go in for Macy right now, that's a whole different position, and so on and so forth. So, you have to cut her some slack on that. But it was your face when some things weren't going quite right that like, oh, son of a gun. And then I was like, all right, because it was that moment, it affected the whole team. That was the second set when we lost Saturday. And when I put her in, and again, it's not necessarily her fault, but your face hurts yourself and the team. When we were driving the other night to the game, Janet asked everybody what do they want to work on and stuff. And when Valerie spoke up, I said, and your attitude, work on your attitude. What did you do, Maplewood? You were smiling that whole night. Even if you had a shank ball, your face was happy, not thrilled, but it was on a good spot. And then when you had a good spell, you did very well, all right? So our attitudes,
You're very encouraging.
Yeah, I was able to say that.
I know Macy is very appreciative.
yeah, it's just, I'm not picking on you, it's just the way we are. But when we get to that level of madness on ourselves and everything, it affects everybody, okay? And it's just like cancer, and it just keeps on going down. I had pulled her out of the court Saturday.
Example.
Huh?
Not
Cancel.
Oh.
Oh, stop. It is true though, like I always say one spoiled apple, or one rotten apple spoils the bunch. It's the same idea, same thing.
Yeah.
I will speak to that though. It's something I realized actually last year, was that a lot of times, people, players, girls don't realize that they're doing it, and that was another thing. So I started saying last year, I'm like, if I tell you check your face, it's because you need to check your face. And then, and honestly, like, and even this year, I had to have a couple of conversations with varsity girls, and they're like, oh crap, like, they literally didn't realize how their face was reading, truly, like, they were like, oh, man, you know, sometimes they realize it, but sometimes you actually don't, and I do that because I'm very expressive, which is, I think, why I catch it more, because I'm very expressive, and sometimes I'm off the court, and I'm like, you know, making these ridiculous faces, and you just, so, honestly, just the phrase, check your face, they're like, oh, crap, okay, sorry, you know, whew, so think about that, like, that could be something that maybe you guys could use, to say to one another, hey, watch your face, maybe don't check your face, maybe it's better coming from a coach, but from a friend, say, hey, watch your face, watch your face, it's reading everything, and what's on your face comes out your arms.
That's very true.
Yes, and again, I am not picking on Valerie, I am not picking on anybody, it's just,
Examples.
just examples, yes. And Valerie's just very good at giving an example like that. Both ways, both ways, though. All right, when we can stay happy, it just helps a lot. Now, I know we are transitioning, and in the beginning of the season, Coach Moore and I, we're after you about moving your feet, move your feet, blah, 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 and you can do a little dance jig, this, that. Well, now, as we're going through the season, Madison and Sarah, you guys are doing a whole line dance, and now we're asking you to stop moving and stand still.
And now it's just an adjustment I'm making.
Yes,
Or trying.
and that's why we're here. I mean, we're learning, and but I know it can get confusing because
Because at Maplewood, I felt I was moving a little slow. I was more controlled, but there's some things I didn't move quick enough to.
right,
But-
and it's yes. But I just want to point out that we are not. I mean, we kind of are out of our minds. But Coach Moore, I mean, you know, we're saying move your feet, dance around, whatever, and now we're telling you don't move your feet and stop dancing around. You know, we got to find a
It's
happy
strategy,
medium.
it's moving your feet strategically.
Yes.
And I don't think I was very specific in that. For me, saying move your feet is get to the ball. You're firm, you're steady, you're controlled, then you move. And your move is very strategic and quick, and it has to be the move in that moment, you know? And so that's just, you know, we say 1% better every time, right? And that's what we're doing and building on that now.
Yeah, we're adjusting. As you guys adjust, we have to adjust our approaches and sayings and stuff. And so I want to throw that out there because the other night I was thinking, man, we were screaming at everybody, move your feet. And you know, Coach, she does her dance thing sometimes and stuff, you know, which is great.
Yeah.
Do that. But once that whistle blows,
Yes, that's the difference, that's the difference. I,
Yes.
do your quick jump, your 3 jumps, whatever, really quick, but as soon as that whistle blows, you are locked in physically.
and
You're
we
steady.
didn't specify that in the beginning, so
Yeah.
we'll take that mark on on our side. We're just
Yes.
worried about getting
Yes.
you moved and stuff. And then it's not like you moved from here to here overnight. It just slowly, gradually, and Coach Moore brought it up to me the one night. She's like, we gotta stop this. This is insane, the amount of movement. And I started watching it and like, when did this happen?
Yeah.
Why are we line dancing here?
Right.
So, you know, when things happen slowly, we just, you know,
Yeah. And then, you know, you get to the point where you saw what happens when I slap that ball. What does the varsity do? Split step and everybody's frozen. Ready to go, down, butts down, shoulders
It's
back,
like a dancing
ready.
team.
I love that so much.
I mean, it's like all you gotta do is snap the ball and you're there, and you're frozen, and that's
Yeah.
what they should be. That whistle blows, you're done. As soon as that contact is made with the ball, you split and you're ready to move.
man,
Put that on.
I'm jumping my list here, but as Coach Moore said, butts down. Our ready positions are driving me bonkers here, ladies.
Oh man, we're
All
like
right?
standing.
We are standing up, legs straight. Avery, her ready position is bent over. All right, Macy, since you're not here, I can pick on you, Will. Macy stands up sometimes. We're all doing it sometimes, all right? Some girls are way more than the others. When that whistle blows, we need to be in the ready position. I used to have bands to put on the girls' wrists, their ankles,
Yeah.
so they could not lift their arms up. And I would put them in there and I'd make them stand there for 5 minutes in that position.
Yeah, legs shaking, everything.
Because I've been tempted to find those bands again.
Here,
And
it's this. You literally have to be this low, to where you've gotta hold the ball between your calves and your thighs. This is where I should be all the time.
Good no, Coach Will.
Okay, this is where I should be. The ball is being held in between, not in between. The ball is being held in between my calves and
never
my
seen
thighs. this. I must have showed it when you weren't here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is as low as you should be, literally, like to where I can hold that ball there. And if I can do it, y'all can do it.
All right.
Okay?
Oh, no, thank you.
And then, sorry for the shaking. And,
Why is it so towards me?
because I don't need to be.
Yes, you
So,
do.
what's the ready position for? To get us ready for the game, all right? Volleyball, it happens so fast, and we never really explained it, I don't think, very well. You can't think about what you're going to do necessarily. It has to be muscle memory and your natural reaction. And how do we get that? By doing those stupid drills all the time. Anytime you can touch a ball, like over there, I pulled you guys over some, whoever was off yesterday, and just doing some setting. I know it's boring, I know it seems like it's stupid, but you're getting touches on the ball and you're having to control it. So the more you do that, then the less you have to think about in a game, oh crap, the ball's coming to me right here, your hands just automatically go up and you can set. Where right now, some of us, we have to, oh, the ball's coming, what do I do? Do I pass it, do I set, oh, and at that point the ball's on the ground, it's too late. All right, so when we give you and we should have done this earlier, but if I give you guys a drill to do while the other girls are on the court, it's not a punishment. Use it to help improve yourself and hold everybody else accountable, including yourself. All right? Because I can't be over there motivating you guys and keep making sure you guys are doing that good, and then watching the girls on the court. I can't be in two places. All right? I miss enough stuff when I'm watching one thing. So if you're given a task to do it and put forth the effort. All right? Because it's just going to make you better. The more touches you get, the more comfortable your body will be in handling it.
Can I say one more thing to that too?
Yep.
Even more important, and this is where Coach May and I think have been weak, because we have dealt with players who've been playing since sometimes 4th and 5th grade. Like, I think this is really the first year we've had older girls come in that literally have no idea what they're doing. And honestly, I was kind of like, I don't even know what to do with this, because I usually, at this point, we're pretty much refining, right? We're not teaching skills. And so that being said, you've got girls that you're playing with that have been playing since they were little, and whenever you're given the time, you need to be using that if you want to be able to see the court, right? Because you've got to get those skills. Again, we've got to be better at articulating. I'm just not used to having to reteach the basics from that point. But using all that time that you have, and we've said before too, even when you're home. I mean, if you're serious and you really want to play, I mean, you've got to be doing this not just here, but outside the court as well. So taking the time seriously here without being told is absolutely crucial.
Yes, I 100% agree on that. All right, real quick. So I'm going to give you something, everybody individually, what you need, one or two things to work on. Focus on that, and then we'll find something else later on. All right?
I know what mine is.
Okay, what is it?
Me first?
Yep.
2 things or one? Part of my blocking and my back row.
Nope.
Your blocking is amazing.
Nope.
Yeah. No, what?
For Nyana, I have
Let
don't be
us
so
guess
hard on
first.
yourself.
Oh.
That is what I.
Let us guess what it is.
That is what I want you to work on at first. I mean, yes, the other thing we can fine tune. Your blocking is coming along quite well, and your passing is coming along. You're not used to playing back row, and yesterday you were getting frustrated. And we're playing varsity, and they're targeting you some, and they're hitting it at you some, and you're getting frustrated. You still had some good passes, but then you came off the court, and you were. It's okay. You needed time to reset, but don't be so hard on yourself. We all make mistakes. You make a mistake, all right, you shake it off and you come back to it, all right? So that's your goal for the next game. Don't be so hard on yourself. I'm just gonna go down. Excuse me.
Just don't make me
I
mad.
don't feel sick. Just talking too much. For Mimi and Macy, your goals are your combined goal is to transition on and off the net. Because Yes, you guys are short, and the chances of you blocking are the chances of me getting into the NBA. But
Wow.
the purpose of transitioning, though, is to keep you moving. Because if you stay at that 10-foot line, no matter where the ball's at, when you need to move, you're stuck. You're not moving. All right. But we need to cover at the net, the blocks, and the kills, and so on and so forth. So you guys got to and I don't know if you've been doing it all season or if I just noticed this. I don't know. But Maplewood, both you guys, and last night you guys were doing it also. You're staying way too far off the net, and you're just staying there. All right. Macy, your second thing is just you're too busy watching. Sometimes you get caught watching the game and not being in the ready position. All right, you're standing there. The ball's, you should be moving, and then all of a sudden the ball's where you're moving too late. All right, you got to move quicker. Watch the ball, be in ready position, and get ready to move. Mimi, you were moving very good. And Maplewood, and this is why I might have missed some of Valerie, because I was watching Mimi some, because I thought she was being a little bit of a ball hog at times. And I was trying to listen if you girls were calling the ball, and she wasn't listening, and she was just going after the ball, or if you guys weren't talking, and that's why she was moving the ball. And I guess not because she's my daughter, but I do that every game. I pick on certain things, and I focus on that, and then I miss everything else. But that was kind of driving me nuts that night, because there's a few times she stepped in front of you guys. So, again, communication. If I can't hear you, yes, she's maybe right next to you, but if I can't hear you, I'm going to assume you didn't call the ball, and that's why she's moving. All right, she's very competitive, and she wants to start winning this season. I know that. We all do. But I think that night she was just heading ahead. She's not letting any balls drop, and she's going to be aggressive. So I'm not saying you guys weren't calling. That's one thing. You're moving good and quick. You just need to work on the final touch, you get to the ball good, but you're not handling the ball great all the time, getting it over the net, whether it's a hit or a push.
More controlled.
Yes, just get more controlled. The movement's good, but watch our movement and make sure we're not running in front of anybody else. All right?
Yeah, that's my bad. I cut you off, Val, like twice.
Yeah, it's okay.
So, I mean, and stuff like that, it's going to happen. If you have everybody that's competitive and wants that ball, I mean, stuff like that is going to happen. But you have to learn to play with each other and know that. So, Valerie, that's probably why I was missing some of your stuff. Because
She's doing all the squat though.
but that's your thing, all right? Avery, what am I going to tell you?
You're gonna tell me that I need to be down in my ready position.
Yes, ready position, and you gotta move quicker. You gotta move quicker, all right? Your serving is phenomenal compared to last year. It's very consistent.
Good job.
I feel very confident I can pull you off the bench and put you in to serve and stuff. So your serving is great, but if you want to keep staying in the whole time, we've got to move and we got to adjust quickly because I'm not making fun of you, but this is your ready position. Sometimes when I holler at you getting ready, you're this. All right, your knees are straight.
I just don't notice it in the game. Like,
Well,
I
but you
just
have
don't.
to, you have to be aware of
It's-
your whole body. You've got to have that awareness.
Yes.
all the time.
And if one of your teammates is telling you, ready position, get down, bend your knees, don't get mad, because that means you're standing up. All right? We all need to hold each other.
It should become instinctual. You think about it to the point that you no longer have to think about it because it's instinctual. You
Yes.
gotta keep that awareness until it
Yeah.
just happens.
You're Shayla.
Yes, I did not spell everything very good. I wrote this up at 2:30 this morning, all right?
Oh.
And even if I wrote it up right now, I still wouldn't have the spelling correct, but I can read it.
Shara.
But, so yes, so you're fine to do whatever. You can dance around, whatever. Once that whistle blows, we're down, all right? So,
Everybody, do that honestly. If you're not sure, do that. Literally. Get the ball, it's stuck. That's how low I should be. Like
Yes.
that, do that. That's, if you're not sure,
And-
could I stick a ball between my calf and my thigh?
And your hands are not together. They're apart, ready to go.
You wanna be
Because
open.
you're down low. It's very easy to stand up. If we're getting a high ball, if your hands are like this, raise.
Oh, yes.
I'm not doing this for my health. Over here, then you can stand up and go like that, and back down. All right, if your hands are together, no, they don't need, they're
No,
fine.
just turn the
All
camera.
right,
Oh, do it again.
Guys, then you can go to the side more easily, and if you needed to get an emergency move and scoop, you can. Whereas if you're going like this, you're
yes.
scared.
I-
Look really down. So don't do it.
We could spend all night talking, but don't run with your hands together. This is middle school stuff. All right, some of you are doing this. You take off running, which is great. You're moving, but you're literally running like this. You can't run as fast like this, but you can run faster when you're moving your arms. When you get to reach for the ball, that's when you put your hands together. All right? Really?
We're gonna clip that.
All right. So, Sarah.
Shayla.
Shara.
That's
Stop lying,
Be quiet.
Nancy.
more control on your passing and hitting. Too low. Just watch that. You're moving decently, but you need to work on your platform a little bit more, and you need to realize when the ball's too low that you can't just swing at it. You have to adjust and either pop it up or pass it because you'll hit it low into the net. All right, Brooke. I have speed and control. Ready position again, which you're doing it pretty good in your ready position, but and again, I'm not picking on anybody. You just, some of us, it takes a while. I do the same thing. I see the ball coming, and then the ball gets to my chest like, oh crap, I should have done something. All right, we just have to, we gotta move quicker. So that's what I would like you to focus on for that. Shanna. The rest of this is all you.
Oh my goodness.
No, I'm joking.
Come on, guys.
No, two things. Know your position on the floor, where you're at, because Maplewood, I talked to you after the game, but I pulled you out because you started getting that scattered brain, you're running all over the place, and you're going to get hurt, or somebody's going to get hurt. So that needs to be under control. Focus on that, and then, try to control your body. Because Maplewood, I was watching this one steal the ball from everybody, and I was watching this one. I don't know what you're doing on the floor.
I was.
Your body was flopping. You got to get control of your body.
It's okay.
Okay? You just,
And sometimes you fall and I feel like a loud slap and I'm like,
You like
"Oh, is
fall
she
like
okay?"
directly on your knee.
yeah, it's just try
Yeah,
to
like a very
work on your control, your body control, all right?
Staying on your feet will help that.
yeah.
Yeah, and focusing on staying on your feet will help that. And don't.
Yes. And
That's why I don't
know
even
if you're-
teach that, especially not the I mean, the older girls, yes, but you guys know, as we've talked about this, do not go down. I mean, that is an emergency situation, right? That's a ball that's way outside, but you're making contact before you even hit the floor, right?
Yeah, and I think I'd have to watch the video again, but you're doing extra jumping. I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's,
Oh, what I'm trying to hit.
Yeah.
I do
Well,
that,
hit
and then I'll
and-
hit, and then I'll jump, and then I'll land, and I'm like, oh crap, and then I have to like.
that, and then
Yeah.
sometimes when you go to move, you I don't know if you're hesitant or you stutter, you jump a little bit, and then you pause, and then you go. I don't know. We'd have to watch
I
it.
do that. I
dissect
know I
it.
do that a lot.
So, body control,
Yeah.
and then your mental, just
Take a breather.
yes, take a breather, and when you get scattered in your brain, then the rest of it gets scattered. So that's your thing, all right? Niana, we already got that. Raya. I don't know how many stinking times I control your power. All right? It does not, yes, it's impressive to hit the back wall with the ball, but it doesn't do us any good when you do that, all right? There are a couple nights you have, on the games, you have done extremely well toning in on your power, and you have some good hits and stuff. But then you go back to your it looks like you're just gonna kill that stinking ball. So,
But not in a way that's gonna get us the point.
Yes, not in, I mean, if we're gonna give a free ball, I mean, I guess make it impressive, but, or I mean, a free point, but you gotta control your power, all right? Because you have to. I would much rather have somebody on the floor that's gonna take it and push it to a certain spot. At least it's in and the other team has to make a mistake, than for you to go up there and try to break the window out, all right? So,
Once you get that power, like once you get that clicked in, it's gonna be like unstoppable.
yes, and
I just need to learn how to control
But
it.
you gotta, yeah, you gotta control it first.
I keep telling you, control it. Ease up, do soft hits until you can get your technique down to get the ball where you want it to go. Once you get that down, by all means, start adding the power and we're gonna, it will be awesome.
And the other thing is you're like putting your whole body into it, you should only be isolating the muscles that you should be using. When we're hitting, when we're serving, we literally are simply using our obliques and opening up our shoulder. You shouldn't be crunching in your whole body and doing, like you're using accessory muscles that are not necessary, and it's, like, yeah, anybody's
This is
gonna
only
have
for
a lot of power
Raya.
to it when they're using all of their muscles, but we should be isolating just these few, and that's how you get control. So think about the isolation of those, and anybody that's struggling with that, think about isolating just those muscles. Okay, I'm using my obliques to turn, I'm using my shoulder muscle, I'm opening up, and then I'm just coming down that way, and everything else is nice and firm and controlled, and that will help.
Yes, so that's, you just have the one thing, control your power. All right, Madison, no.
Wow, that's weird.
Control your body. And I think sometimes we're struggling in our head. I think we get into our head too much. I think you almost try too hard. And so,
I was doing really good at the beginning of the season. These last few games, I'm like going down, and I don't know why.
well,
Like I
yes, you have, all right. Before we had the first tournament, you were digging Andy's ball, everybody's balls. I went into that tournament thinking, whew, we are gonna crush these teams. I got Madison, I got everybody, but I got Madison in the back row. Nobody is getting any hits on us. And you went from that to, like, holy crap, where'd my team go? And it's just, you have the skill. You have the skill. We're just, but then you started transitioning where you're moving more and stuff. And then we started hollering at you about moving too much, and I think that affected you some, because now you're thinking, crap, do I move? Can I move here? What do I do? So you're learning. Don't get discouraged. You have talent. Just, I don't know exactly how to help you right this second, but be mentally strong. And if you have a flub, that's fine. Shake it off and get back to it, all right? And I think in the beginning of the season, we were putting a lot of pressure on you. I was making you control the back row and leaving everything up to you and stuff, and maybe that was affecting you too, some, where you thought, oh, man, if I make the wrong call, I don't know.
Which is
So,
what a libero does, though. I mean, that's,
Yeah.
you know, so you have to be able to handle that
yeah,
I don't think
pressure.
okay, well, good.
Well,
don't
I
feel
think
bad.
too, and I will say, I mean, in terms of when you talked, like, now that you have slowed down your body, your passes are better. You just have to anticipate where that ball is going better now, right? So move your body less, anticipate where that ball is coming, read that ball, and remain firm, and make sure you're not flanking, right? Make sure you're not flanking limbs, and you'll get it.
Yeah, but that's, again, we're not picking on anybody, it's just, for Tuesday night, this is what I want you guys to focus on. Whether we win or lose the game, if you guys can come to me and say, hey, I hit this, I focused on this, that's a win in my book, all right? Because if we can get all this little stuff in, it's just, the wins are gonna come automatically, all right? We just have to zone in on stuff. Rebecca, confidence and control. You have been doing very well the last few games. I have been giving you no notice, if any, or I tell you, hey, you're gonna go in this set, and then I never put you in that set, and then the next set I tell you, hey, go in. So, and again, please read that article on Team Reach about the bench thing. That explains it way better than I could ever possibly think to explain it. The bench is very important, and you have to look at it that way. It's not a punishment, all right? And for your bench story, Shanna can't be here for the tournament, so you're in full time front row all day Saturday for the McDowell.
McDowell's
Okay.
Okay,
And you've never
but
touched
again,
the ball.
don't, and don't go get nervous about it. I'm just saying, that your bench story, you've been on the bench most of the season, now all of a sudden, whew, you're coming off, all right? So, confidence, and then just control. You're moving around decently, you're way better than in the beginning, you're not standing there looking like a scared chicken where you threw you in with alligators. That part is coming along quite well, and you are jumping some. Just line up with the ball for your blocks, but just have confidence. I think that's your biggest thing. All right, and then last, well, we got Shay too. I got something for you too, Shay. Valerie. We've
I
got
thought you were
over-
looking at me, I was like, what?
We already kind of talked about Valerie. Valerie, control the attitude and the face. You're a very sweet girl, but at times you are not very sweet.
So real.
Again, I'm not making fun of her. But I honestly don't think you realize
No.
how strong you come across.
I yelled at Addie last year. I was the sweetest girl on the face of the planet. Valerie, you are the like honest to goodness, but it's so funny how some people are like so precious and tender, and the face, like when you have emotion, it just shows, and that's really what it is. And I honestly haven't even seen it on her this year. I mean, I haven't with Addie. I think it was like the end of last year. I was like, oh, check her face. You know, I was like getting frustrated, and then it's gone. You know, I just don't think sometimes you don't realize it, and I don't know. It doesn't even have anything to do with you. It's just that your emotions show that. You know what I mean? It's a hard thing to stifle.
Yeah, so,
I also have a hard time showing my emotions. Like, I know there's been a few people that have to say, like, I'm not meaning to look rude. I know I'm disappointed in maybe something that I did wrong or
Yeah.
something that we could have seen to it. And I showed on my face.
You know what a word might be? Actually soften. Soften your face. That might be especially, you know, like that actually, because sometimes I think it actually just has to do with tense facial muscles. I think very tense, like I think we sometimes get, and that's where people that are in a game and they look angry, but they're just really focused, their face is very, very tense. And so actually maybe saying like soften your face might be helpful for those. That's actually a good thing for varsity, yeah, that's good.
But-
Soften your face,
yeah,
I like
that's
that.
just, that is, and I will say, for you, Valerie, you have the most effect on the team, both directions. When you are happy and you're playing good, it affects everybody and you lift them up. But when that, I don't know, I don't want to offend you, but when that face comes out, you bring everybody down, okay? And then just, sometimes, and again, I don't think you mean this, but you don't take, sometimes you don't, take correction very well. And I think you're just upset with yourself, and then it's just bleeding off on you. But last night, you did awesome. There's one ball in the back row, it came off your arms funny. And you're turning around, and honest to God, I'm standing there thinking, okay, how's this gonna go? Your face was happy, and you looked at me like, I need to change my platform a little bit, or whatever you said. I was like, yeah. Drop your shoulder a little bit, raise your arms up a little bit, boom, and it was great. Okay, so that's your goal. Stay in that thinking, and we'll all be happier.
And I'm gonna say one more thing, because I said this to Addie too. Unfortunately, the people that have the most infectious smiles, that's where the pressure goes on. When you have a smile, and that's exactly what I said to Addie, same thing. When you have a smile that lights up the court, it has such an incredible effect. And so everybody's like, oh crap, she's not smiling, this is not good. You know what I mean? It's like, so it's like it's a gift, but it's also a curse, because it puts a lot of pressure on you. So I always tell Addie, I'm like, I'm not trying to put pressure on you, but I'm just reminding you that when you smile, everybody's happy. Because you light it up, like you bring joy, and so it is a gift, but it comes with it more pressure too, you know? So it's a beautiful, beautiful thing, but that's hard too.
And since we don't wanna leave Shay out,
Oh, okay.
where's Shay? Where's Shay?
Oh,
You quit being so hard on yourself.
I said this right! Sorry, okay, I literally said, you need to hurt yourself.
No, don't be so hard on yourself, Shay. We all make mistakes again. And right here is a good example, when you read that article about being a bench person. It is, and I've talked to Shay myself about this, it is very hard, varsity level, to be sitting on the bench And then all of a sudden, bam, you're up on the floor. And how many times, the second you get on the floor, somebody is whacking the heck out of a ball right at her again. All right? And she's handling 90% of it, or maybe more. But those ones she doesn't, it affects you a little bit too much. It's good because that means you care, but
Absolutely.
don't be so hard on yourself. Because
Yeah.
everybody's gonna make mistakes. And especially when you're cold, you jump out on that court, you take a hard hit, and sometimes you gotta get a few movements, a few hits to get loosened up and get zoned in. All right, so you have done awesome most of the time
Truly,
doing
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But those times that you shank a few, my goodness, girl, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
All right,
But you know what? You've reset so well, and I've told you that. She's taken 2 or 3 shanked balls, which were, I mean, most of the time anybody would shank them because they're just, really well placed balls. And then you just pass and we're like, oh, there it is. It's like great, you're warming it up. And that's another thing too, like for everybody. Can I add 2 things, Coach May? So for everybody, all the feedback that Coach May gave, and I, of course, have to chime in because I can't shut up. It's helpful for everybody. Like everybody can take little bits from that. That's why it's important to do it like as a community, as a group, because it's all helpful feedback. And also remember too, like Coach May said, we talked about people being on the bench, pulling people out. Don't overthink being taken out. Sometimes we see something and we just need somebody. I don't know if they said this in Clarion, but they called them game changers. Did they say subs aren't subs, they're game changers? Did they use that term?
Yeah.
So, like, keeping in mind that, like, sometimes the tide just has to shift. You're not playing bad, but we just need to throw in a new element.
Yes.
Varsity, we had to do that. I had Shay run in and serve out of nowhere. She's like, what? We got 6 points. Was she any better than the other person? No, I mean, honestly, they were serving phenomenal both. It was just for whatever reason, there was a shift in it. New person, we didn't throw in many new people, and it threw them off. And then we were like, oh my gosh. So just sometimes you have to realize that sometimes it's literally just adding in a new element that they haven't seen yet. That's it. You can't overthink it.
yes, and I've done that actually quite a bit this year, but whoever I put in sometimes doesn't step up to the plate, but just joking. But yes, there is you guys can hate us and think we're doing a horrible job, and half the time we are, but when you graduate and you get out in the real world and you do this, you're gonna think back at this like, oh, Coach May and Coach Moore, they weren't quite so bad. But it is hard. We see certain things, and yes, I mean, I agree with that. We'll just go with that. All right, so
Play volleyball now.
I was hoping for 45 minutes, for 30 minutes, but
47.
hey, that's all right.
That poor person that's watching the
So,
Tell me when I can
What's the
all right.
Can we
Yeah.
practice our serving?
Bye, gal.
Like 5